world's youngest gaming millionaire has told this programme that online gaming can be a real force for good.
Jaden Ashman spends up to 10 hours a day playing video games and has been responding to a report that found that almost half of all young people say they would lose a part of who they are if they no longer did online gaming. And he joins us now. Very good morning to you, Jaden. You're still only 18 years old. And I know that you spend... It actually looks like you're gaming now. Are you able to do it at the same time?
Well, I'm at my setup right now, so yeah.
What do you play during the day? I mean, 10 hours is a long time to be on a video game.
I wouldn't say I play 10 hours now, but I certainly used to, yeah.
And what hours do you play? I mean, I speak as the mother of teenage boys who is constantly saying, get off the games, you don't need to be on them for this long. You, though, think that video gaming can be healthy, good for life skills, don't you?
Yeah, they definitely can be. And if you manage your time and don't get, obviously, consumed by it, yeah, it can definitely be a place where you can learn skills and all that sort of stuff.
How did you win £1 million?
Just by being the best in the world.
But what was it? Was it prize money? I mean, how does it work? How do you pick up £1 million through gaming?
Well, it's obviously not easy, but I used to play it a lot, like I said, 10 hours a day and all that sort of stuff. And I just wanted to become the best in the world, you know. And in 2019, I qualified for the World Cup and I came second place. And
this was the prize money, £1 million?
Yeah.
I get it. What do you say then to those who say that maybe you're okay with it and you've got a handle on it and it's made you very rich, but other guys your age and girls your age are addicted to it and it's stopping them doing other stuff with their lives?
To be fair, it's with a lot of things, you know. Sometimes it's fun to a certain extent, and then if you get consumed by it, you know, it can obviously be bad with anything in life, you know.
So how did you stop yourself from becoming consumed by it? How did you beat the addictive element to it?
Well, for me, it was a lot with... It wasn't the game that I was addicted with, but the competitiveness of it, you know, and wanting to become the best. It was just like... with other people, you know, they play the game for fun and with friends and all that sort of stuff. So I feel like I was in a different situation to most.
I can see what you're saying. You were playing with the points, with an end game in mind, as it were. You were playing for a reason, not just for the heck of it. Well, let's talk to someone else here. This is Cam Adair. Now, Cam is the founder of Game Quitters. And is a self-confessed recovering gaming addict. He says that playing can pose serious risks. What's the difference between you and that guy? How come he's not addicted and not damaged by it, but you were?
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. And there can be many different factors that contribute. Parents monitoring, the motivation for why you're playing, and ultimately the key is just how gaming is impacting your life, whether that's a positive or a negative. So using esports, for instance, to pursue it as a competition, to learn about mindset, peak performance, organization skills, and taking those skills and transferring them into other areas of your life can be a really good way to use games. But I hear every day from parents emailing me or gamers themselves on gamequitters.com saying, I'm struggling in school, I'm procrastinating, I'm struggling in my relationships, and I need help. I can't stop. And so that impaired control over gaming is a key distinction between a hobby and a problem.
You actually were made suicidal by it, weren't you? You actually considered taking your own life because you felt completely trapped by what you were doing.
I was gaming up to 16 hours a day, and it caused a lot of different problems in my life. I had dropped out of school. I was pretending to have jobs and deceiving my family. I struggled with depression and anxiety, and gaming 16 hours a day just perpetuated a lot of those underlying issues that continued to get worse and worse and worse until, as you said, one night I wrote a suicide note, and it was that night when I realized I needed to make a change. And that change in my life began by asking for help and then changing my relationship with games and continuing to build good habits and changing my lifestyle for the better.
Cam, I'm so sorry that you reached that point. You were the one, though, who identified the problem within yourself. I think the issue for a lot of people watching is that as parents, we might think there's a problem, but then that puts us into conflict with our children who think there's no problem at all. And as Jaden says, in many cases, the children might be right. you know, there isn't an issue. What advice would you give to parents for being calm about it, but identifying when it has veered into problem territory, into addiction, and into, you know, causing further problems?
It's crucial that parents are approaching this issue not with their own stereotypes of gaming or the traditional mindset around how games were in our life. There's a huge generation gap between what games are now and what games were, you know, even when I was growing up with like dial-up internet. It's important for parents to be able to speak with their kids and understand more about what their motivations are for playing, what they're learning in games, and how they're going to manage their time to make sure they're still taking care of their health and well-being and their normal life responsibilities. If someone is gaming and they're still doing their schoolwork, they're still prioritizing exercise, they're spending time face-to-face with other friends, obviously COVID is a context for that, then gaming can be a complement to their life. Where gaming can become a problem is when it's the sole focus of their life to the detriment of other areas such as school and their health. So listening is really key.
And are you in the equivalent position of a recovering alcoholic in the sense that someone who's beaten their alcoholism can't drink? They simply can't have one more drink. Can you play a game occasionally, or do you have to stay away from the console completely?
The only game I play now is chess, and chess has never been a problem for me. I started playing it after I stopped gaming for about 5 years. Now, people on GameQuotas.com fall into many different buckets. Some need to stop for good. Some learn to just moderate and develop other lifestyle habits. That's ultimately a personal choice. But for me, playing games like Counter-Strike or World of Warcraft, it would be too much effort for me to try to moderate. So it's just better for me to just not play at all.
Yeah.
Well, Jayden, you have made your gaming into a job, effectively, and I just wonder how you are able to moderate what you do online. Is it that professional mindset? And what advice would you give to parents of teenagers like yourself who just need to know what to say to the children who say, well, I know Jayden Ashman earned almost £2 million playing Fortnite, so you can't get me off Fortnite because I might be able to buy you a house one day?
It's like with everything. You have to just you have to make sure everything in your life is like balanced, you know? Playing is obviously fun, and it can, like you said, it can be a complement to your life, you know? It can be like a outsource of stress and all that sort of stuff. And it gives you something to do, you know, like you might be stuck indoors, you might not know what to do, and you can go log on your game and talk to your friends. And I don't know, it's good communicating skills, all that sort of stuff. But like you said, anything in life, you know, if you don't have a balance to it, then it can be a big problem. Like with me, I'm lucky enough that I was really good at the game. And obviously I put a lot of time and effort into it, but it obviously paid off for me, you know?
Yeah. Is it a young person's game? I mean, can you see yourself doing this in your 30s and 40s?
Definitely not playing at a high level. Gaming is pretty young thing, and the best players from my experience are around, I'd say, from 13 to about 20 is, I would say, like your prime years in gaming anyway, yeah.
All right, so you're nearly past it then?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I'll put me in my place. Good answer.
Jayden Ashman, thanks very much
Thank
indeed. Cam Adair, thank you.